It's that time of year, everybody. E3 is right around the corner, the Electronic Entertainment Expo. And like many people, their minds are just firing off with possibilities. What are we going to see? Well, I've got a couple ideas of what we might see this year. This is my E3 predictions for 2015. Some of them a little bit more obvious than others, but I'm going to put some reasoning behind all of my predictions, if you will. First, I think it goes without saying we're going to see some gameplay for Star Fox on the Wii U. It was announced last year at E3. Miyamoto was shown in front of a television that was running it behind him, and it was all blurred out on purpose so no one got to see anything. So this year I think we're going to actually see either a solid announcement trailer or some gameplay footage, whether it be alpha or beta. So that's something for us to all look forward to, because who doesn't love the skirmishes that Star Fox provided us on the Nintendo 64? I mean, come on. We all did. And directly after that, this is something that's kind of obvious as well, in my opinion, but it's something that I'm really excited for. I love RPGs. That's pretty well known to anybody that knows me, and that's a large chunk of my collecting. And I think we're going to actually get a release date, if not a date, at the very least a window for Xenoblade Chronicles X, the US localization. It's already been out in Japan for a little while. Places like Kotaku have been talking about how much time they've been spending with the game, seeing as how they probably speak the language, or at least can understand it. So I think that's something we're going to end up seeing this year at E3. It's been promoted pretty good, and running on the display wall at work, I work at a department store in electronics, and I don't know why, but we had the E3 video from last year playing on our internal loop every about 30 minutes. I would see it show up there. Really caught me off guard. So I'm thinking that might have been an oops on someone's part, clearly, because it's not playing anymore. But I think E3 is going to shed a little bit more light on that game release, which I'm excited for. Next thing on the list of predictions I've got, Nintendo, I think, is going to showcase their new loyalty program. At this point, Club Nintendo is pretty much gone. There's a couple of days left that you can still redeem the remaining coins that you may have accumulated. So, with that being almost gone, E3 is the proper time to showcase what the new loyalty program is going to be. Whether or not they introduce it this year or starting next year. Either way, it's either going to be shown, I think, here at E3 or at the Tokyo Game Show. I'm leaning more towards E3, though, just because it's the same time frame that they're ending Club Nintendo. Kind of seems like a good time to get people interested in this new thing they're going to be starting. Now, this one's almost more of a want, but I feel like they could surprise us by giving us the information we all want to hear. If you've been a horror fan, much like myself as well, Fatal Frame for the Wii U was announced for development, and they also more or less said it is coming to America. Yes! Oh my god. So, we've actually done parts of Let's Play on the second game, Crimson Butterfly, on the channel. We haven't finished it, but we will hopefully eventually come back to it, because I do want to see that game finished. Because they're very interesting and very fun games. There's so much potential with that Wii U, like gyro sensing touchpad. You've literally got the viewfinder as the screen. Come on. So, I'm kind of like giddy for that one. But I think they're going to give us a Wii U US release window. Not an exact date, because it's still early in development even in Japan. But I think they're going to give us a window for release, at least in Japan, hopefully for America as well. So that's kind of exciting. And to go along with that horror theme that I've got started here, I also think that they're going to announce Resident Evil 7 this year at E3, for a couple of reasons. One of which being, Resident Evil 6 came out in 2012. It has been, 3 years since it came out? And I think they're going to announce it this year at E3 for release next year. And that means 4 total years of development time for that, which is less than what they had for Resident Evil 5, if I remember right, because that I believe was 2009. And there's aside from the fact that it's been a long time in the going and no information on it, next year marks the 20th anniversary of the franchise. So what better way to commemorate that kind of a milestone than to give us a game to commemorate it. So I'm really hopeful that they're going to do that. And it makes a lot of sense to do it. So I'm hoping for that one. I also think they're going to go ahead and give us the next wave of Amiibo shown. I know we've got Amiibos planned to be coming out up through September even. You can go to Nintendo's website actually and see their lineup for all the Amiibos coming. There's quite a few still down the pipeline that they've actually already announced and confirmed. But I think they're going to give us a sneak peek at the next wave that they're working on, and that'll probably be releasing... since it's September, I'm going to say they're probably going to aim for November to hit the holiday mark for those, if they're going to do that. If they're not going to hit for November, they're going to not produce them and sell them until January or February of next year. That's the best way I think they could go about it, is to either aim for holiday or just let things flow and then go in early into the next year with some new Amiibo. I don't know if they're going to do that because they have so many planned or already slated for release, but, you know, whatever. And the last one is a little bit more of a want as well than what I think is actually going to happen, but it's not outside the realm of possibility because of recent things that have developed, with Smash Bros. At least. Since it released in Japan, everyone has been clamoring and asking for Mother 3 to be translated into English. Reggie has been bombarded with these requests and questions constantly at every step and turn. Well, I think that might actually happen now. Not necessarily on a Game Boy Advance cartridge, but on the Wii U Virtual Console. And I say that because, of course, Lucas was confirmed as a DLC character, and the second DLC character, no less. That shows that there is, you know, a lot of popularity for the character, not just in Japan, but in America too. Everybody was incredibly excited for that. So, I'm really hoping that they're going to go ahead and localize it so I can play that game. Legitimately. Or at all, really, because I don't have a ROM for it. But I really want to play the game with an official translation. And it's a series that I feel has been mistreated in America so much already that it deserves to have another game released, because it did get shafted when it was being developed for NES in America. So, yeah. Anyway, that's my E3 2015 predictions, guys. What do you think? Do you agree with any of these predictions? Do you think these things are going to happen? Let me know in the comments below. Like the video if you enjoy these little rants I go on about some of these things. And, of course, subscribe to the channel. We've got Let's Plays, we've got some unique stuff coming, we've got more updates and pickup videos that we do. And the more the merrier. We're also doing a giveaway for a custom Legend of Zelda Nintendo Entertainment System. So please, subscribe to our channel. That gets you an entry to win this sucker. And this thing's really cool. It lights up. To everyone that is subscribed, thank you. And to those of you that are not, please subscribe. Again, we've got this NES we're giving away. We've got some cool videos coming. So join us for our next video, guys. Take care.